Hey everyone, so I think the iPhone SE, the 2020 version, is like the best, cheapest phone you can buy. Not necessarily newest phone, but one of the cheapest, best phones you can buy. So a few reasons here. One is the price. So I got mine off of OfferUp from a guy. This thing is basically brand new. It has 100% battery health. It had no scratches when I bought the thing. Now it does because they scratch incredibly easy. Apparently iPhones in general scratch incredibly easy on their screens, but they do not shatter easy. But I bought off a guy off an OfferUp, again, basically brand new, 120 bucks. I've seen these on sale in stores, depending on what your carrier is. I've seen them in stores for 150 bucks, which is crazy. And actually, a while back, well, Black Friday, a few months ago, Walmart had them on sale for Total Wireless by Verizon for only 100 bucks. So again, I've spent 120 bucks on this one, unlocked. It can be used with any carrier. For that price, this thing is amazing. It has an A13 processor in it. It has, I believe it's 3 gigabytes of RAM, 64 gigabytes of storage. And of course, you can get more storage by spending more upfront. It, of course, is not expandable, but not too many phones these days are. Um, but yeah, this thing is really good. So it's the same processor and setup internals for the most part as what's in the iPad 9, which I absolutely love. And this thing, I'm just going to show you guys. So on the left here, I have the Samsung Fold 3. So this is from, I think it's 2021. This right here. This actually spent 620 or 630 bucks from Amazon. And that brings me to point two. You get this on Amazon the other day when I was looking at them. They're like 140, 150 bucks. Again, for the 2020 version. But we're just going to do, I'm going to show you guys the power here, or the speed of it. I mean, not necessarily the power, but the speed of this thing. They're both on my Wi-Fi, home Wi-Fi, because I cannot, have two phones hooked up to my phone number at the same time here. But they're both on my home Wi-Fi, and we're just going to do a little bit of a speed test. And I'll show you guys just how quick this cheap phone is. I mean, this, I spent about, a fifth, a sixth of what I spent on this one. So I mean, if you're just looking for a decent phone that is not going to break your bank by any means, this thing is amazing. Even the new version of this goes for 430 bucks, and you'll have more speed and more power from that. Now, of course, you do have a very small screen. It's not even 5-inch screen, where a lot of phones these days have over 6-inch screens, which I honestly really like. So we'll just type in here. Which means it is incredibly light, especially if you compare to something like the Fold, which is incredibly heavy and big, of course. I know it's like comparing a orange to a house, but like we'll show you again. I just want to show you guys, this thing is, for the price of it, it is really good. Just gotta find, this size moving on me, and of course they're showing me I put in Garmin Fold. Alright, then another downfall of the 2020 version, which is not a downfall of the 2022 version, but the 2020 version gives you 4G, not 5G. If you were to step up and spend more money, get the 2022 version, you can get a 5G, or you will get 5G with it. So load in this. So you can see it's incredibly fast. For what I think most people do with their phones, which is not using them as a powerhouse, for just normal phone usage, this thing is crazy. And of course, texting and making phone calls and stuff is, of course, going to be just fine as well. I mean, that's pretty much any phone. But if you're somebody who wants to look up stuff on the go, I mean, you guys can see how fast it is. Now, again, it is a small screen, so you're not going to see as much on the screen, especially, again, compared to something like the Fold here. But my point is not that. So if you want something bigger, you, of course, can buy something bigger. Just be spend more money. My point though is, this phone is really good, especially considering the price. We'll go to Apple here. I mean, it's actually like beating the Fold. And again, the Fold is from last year, where this is from 2 years ago. Well, yes, 3 years ago. 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So now it's 2023. Beginning of 2023. Again, it just works so well. Show you guys some Roblox here. So too, if you just want to buy this for like your kid or something, it is really good at Roblox. So we have the max graphics on here. This is Royal High, which some more budget-oriented devices struggle with, tablets, phones, whatever, especially in max graphics. Most budget anything cannot do this game in max graphics. This can do it just fine in max graphics. A lot of, especially tablets that are around $150 range, can't even play this game at all. Now again, it is small. Of course, you don't buy this phone thinking that it's going to be a big phone. But you see the fire here is beautiful. The waterfall is flowing like it should. See the sparkles off of my beautiful wings. It looks really good. It plays really, really well. Even when it switches over to whatever it's doing. But it plays incredibly. What is that? I thought it was like a chicken. It plays incredibly well. So, I mean, you give this to your kid. Maybe this would be your kid's first phone or something, too. Set ourselves on fire here. It just works. Like, there's no issues with this. Again, if you were to buy, like, a cheaper Android phone or something, especially a newer one, which I did mess with a couple of them, you're not going to be able to play games this well. Especially if you're talking about $150 range. This thing is going to blow any Android phone out of the water. And I love Android. I mean, you see I have the Samsung here. I have the Samsung Note that I am trying to replace with something. It works incredibly well. Now, speakers are actually pretty decent on this as well. Again, small phone, usually smaller things not have very good speakers. We have two speakers right here and right here. I don't know if they're actually both work or not. I believe this also is a speaker. I'm gonna guess it's just one speaker and then one speaker. But anyway, royalty free music on YouTube. Turn the volume up all the way. Like, that sounds actually rather good, especially for such a small device. Again, we'll compare that to the Fold here, just because, which has speakers here and here. So of course the Fold is louder, but it sounds actually rather good if you ask me. It gets actually rather loud, surprisingly loud. I mean, all in all, this is a fantastic little device. One I would highly recommend buying if you're looking for a good, cheap phone. It's not going to break your bank by any means. This thing is really, really good. It's incredibly fast still. Speakers are decent on it. You're going to be able to talk to people, of course. You're going to be able to text people, of course. You can play games on here, even at max graphics. Now, it will get hot, and you will kill the battery by playing games. But it just works very, very well. And you can get some sweet cases on Amazon as well. I think it's incredibly small. Fits in a pocket, super easy, especially if you do not put a case on it. But of course, I would recommend putting a case on it so you don't scratch it up. It just works very well. Again, there are a few things that are a little bit of negatives on it. One is, depending on who you are, the size is rather small. It's not even a 5-inch screen. So it is a small display, which to me is not a bad thing because the phone itself is small. But there's that. It does get hot when you game, of course. There's that. The battery is so-so. If you are a heavy user, you might have to charge up your phone throughout the day. So there's that. The battery is not the best. Again, small phone means small battery. And then the screen, which apparently is a thing with iPhones, the screen scratches incredibly easy. I bought it, had no scratches on it. I put it in my pocket to go to work, took it out of my pocket. It already had a few scratches, small scratches, but still small scratches, a few small scratches from just being in my pocket. So you definitely want to put a screen protector on there, like I have on mine now. I put on really badly, but at least help protect it. I'm sure there's a few other things that are not the best with this phone, but I think especially for only $150 or less, if you like me and find it online used in great shape, this thing is an incredible deal. I highly recommend buying it if you're looking for a new phone like I was. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a good one. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.